Listen, can you hear it? Not with your ears, but with your heart. Because every thought, every feeling, every breath is sending a signal.
Be aware of the feelings in your heart. Peace. Welcome to Be Aware of Your Thoughts. This is where manifestation happens. And here we remember that our minds are not a cage, it's a sacred place. My name is Dr. Cynthia Marie Whitley, and today I want to talk about something that has been resting in my spirit for a long time, but only recently became clear to me. I've spent years speaking about the mind, thoughts, awareness, manifestation, perspective, conscious creation. But I had a revelation. Everything that I have created, my books, my teachings, my ministry, my coaching, my lessons, my music, has not only been about thought, it has been about the heart. Because thoughts may direct, but the heart energizes. Thoughts may point the way, but the heart gives those thoughts life. And whether we know it or not, our hearts are always broadcasting a frequency. So today, I want to invite you into this reflection. What is your heart broadcasting? Not what are you pretending, not what are you posting, not what are you saying out loud to make others comfortable, but what is your heart truly transmitting into the atmosphere of your life? Because there is an invisible broadcast of consciousness flowing from each of us, flowing through and from each of us. And that broadcast is not made of words alone. It is made of thoughts. It is made of feeling. It is made of memory. It is made of belief. It is made of expectation. It is made of the silent emotional agreement we carry inside. For a long time, many of us were told, watch your thoughts. And yes, that is important. But today I want to go deeper. I want to take my time. So get comfortable and relax and just listen. Because a thought without feeling is like a letter without a stamp. It exists, but it may not travel very far. Feeling is what gives the thought movement. Feeling gives the thought magnetism. Feeling gives the thought a voice in the unseen world. It's like Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. And that is why I say, be aware of your thoughts, but also be aware of the feelings in your heart. Because your mind may say, I want peace, but your heart may still be carrying fear. Your mind may say, I am ready for love, but your heart may still be protecting itself from disappointment. Your mind may say, I believe in abundance, but your heart may still remember lack. Your mind may say, I am healed, but your heart may still be whispering, I am not safe yet. And this is not failure. This is awareness. This is the beginning of truth. This is where manifestation becomes honest. Because manifestation is not just repeating positive words. Manifestation is not just vision boards and affirmations. Manifestation is not pretending we feel what we do not feel. Manifestation begins when the mind, the heart, and the inner being come into agreement. The mind directs, the heart energizes, and consciousness broadcasts. Let me say that again. The mind directs, the heart energizes, consciousness broadcasts. Every day, we are sending something out. We are sending out the energy of what we believe is possible. We are sending out the emotional tone of what we expect. We are sending out the vibration of what we have accepted as true. And sometimes we wonder why certain patterns keep returning. But maybe life is not punishing us. Maybe life is responding to the frequency we have not yet recognized. Maybe the outer world is showing us the inner station we are tuned into. Now, I want you to imagine a radio. A radio does not create the music. It tunes into a frequency already moving through the air. The dial is set to one station. That is the sound you will hear. You cannot be tuned to fear and expect to hear peace clearly. You cannot be tuned to resentment and expect to move or to flow freely. Let me repeat that. You cannot be tuned to resentment and expect love to flow freely. You cannot be tuned to unworthiness and expect abundance to feel natural. The station matters. The tuning matters. The inner frequency matters. And the heart is one of the most powerful tuning centers we have. This is why emotional awareness is spiritual work. This is why healing the heart matters. This is why forgiveness matters. This is why grief must be honored. This is why old disappointments cannot simply be buried under positive thinking, because buried feelings do not disappear. They broadcast from beneath the surface. They become silent signals. They become emotional instructions. They become the hidden stone behind our choices. Oh, I said stone. I meant to say tone. But you know what? I like stone because it becomes rigid and not easily breakable. So we think we heal, but they're like stones when we have things hidden. They become the hidden tone behind our choices. Sometimes we think we are choosing from wisdom when we are choosing from fear. Sometimes we think we are waiting on God when we are really waiting for courage. Sometimes we think life has not opened the door when our heart is still afraid to walk through it. And again, this is not shame. This is awareness. This is why the heart must be included in the conversation, because the heart remembers what the mind tries to explain away. The heart remembers the rejection. The heart remembers the disappointment. The heart remembers the betrayal. The heart remembers the dream that did not come true. The heart remembers when we were not chosen. The heart remembers when we were silenced. The heart remembers when we wanted to be seen and no one looked. And if we do not lovingly listen to the heart will keep broadcasting pain through patterns. So when I say be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your thoughts. The mind is not a cage, it's a sacred place. I am now also saying, be aware of the feeling attached to the thought. Ask yourself, what does this thought feel like in my body? Does this thought open my heart or close it? Does this thought expand me or shrink me? Does this thought come from truth or from an old wound? Does this thought lead me toward life or keep me circling the same mountain? Because thoughts are not always neutral. Some thoughts carry heaviness. Some thoughts carry hope. Some thoughts carry fear. Some thoughts carry faith. Some thoughts carry memory. Some thoughts carry prophecy. And the heart knows the difference. The heart can feel what the mouth has not yet spoken. The heart can sense what the mind has not yet understood. The heart can reveal where we are still divided inside. This is why the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Not just as he thinketh in his head, but as he thinketh in his heart. That means there is a kind of thinking that happens in the heart. There is a belief system in the heart. There is a language in the heart. There is a memory in the heart. There is a broadcast in the heart. So maybe the question is not only what am I thinking? Maybe the deeper question is, what has my heart agreed to believe? Has my heart agreed that I am too old? Has my heart agreed that it is too late? Has my heart agreed that I am not enough? Has my heart agreed that disappointment is normal? Has my heart agreed that struggle is my identity? Has my heart agreed that love is dangerous? Has my heart agreed that success is for other people? And if the heart has agreed to something that no longer serves the soul, when the work is not to attack, then the work is not to attack the heart. The work is to teach the heart a new truth, gently, patiently, lovingly, because the heart does not heal by force. The heart heals by safety. The heart heals by compassion. The heart heals by truth spoken with tenderness. The heart heals when we stop judging what we feel and start listening to what the feeling is trying to reveal. Sometimes sadness is not weakness. It is the heart asking to be witnessed. Sometimes anger is not evil. It is the heart saying something matters here. Sometimes fear is not failure. It is the heart saying, I need reassurance. Sometimes jealousy is not just jealousy. It may be the heart pointing toward a desire we have not yet honored. Sometimes exhaustion is not laziness. It may be the heart saying, I have been carrying too much for too long. This is why emotional awareness is sacred, because feelings are messengers. Feelings are not always masters, but they are messengers. And if we do not listen to the messenger, we may miss the message. So let me tell you what I believe. I believe each of us is walking through life like a living transmitter. We are not only speaking with our mouths, we are speaking with our presence. We are speaking with our energy. We are speaking with the condition of our heart. Have you ever walked into a room and felt tension before anyone said a word? That is frequency. Hey, have you ever met someone and felt peace without explanation? That is frequency. Have you ever thought of someone and then they called? That is connection. Have you ever carried a worry so strongly that your whole body responded? That is the power of inner broadcasting. We are always sending and receiving. The question is whether we are conscious of what we are sending. This is where manifestation becomes responsibility, not blame. Responsibility. There is a difference. Blame says, this is my fault. Responsibility says, this is my opportunity to become aware. Blame keeps us trapped. Awareness opens the door. And that is why this channel is called Be Aware of Your Thoughts. The mind's not a cage, it's a sacred place. Because awareness is the doorway. But now I am adding another room to the mansion. Be aware of your thoughts and be aware of the feelings in your heart. Because the thought may be the seed, but the feeling is the water. The thought may be the direction, but the heart is the fuel. The thought may create the image, but the heart gives the image life. So if you are trying to manifest from fear, fear becomes a part of the creation. If we are trying to manifest from desperation, desperation becomes a part of the signal. If we are trying to manifest from comparison, comparison becomes part of the atmosphere. But if we begin to manifest from peace, from gratitude, from worthiness, from love, from trust, from divine alignment, then the broadcast changes. And when the broadcast changes, the experience begins to change. Not always overnight, not always in the way we expect it, but something shifts. We stop chasing. We stop aligning. Uh-uh. We start aligning. We stop forcing. We start listening. We stop begging life to validate us. We start remembering who we are. And that remembering is powerful because your heart does not only carry wounds, your heart also carries wisdom. Your heart carries memory of divine connection. Your heart carries compassion. Your heart carries courage. Your heart carries imagination. Your heart carries the ability to feel a future before it appears. That is important. Sometimes your heart can feel the next version of you before your eyes can see the evidence. That is faith. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes faith is a quiet warmth in the chest that says, keep going. Sometimes faith is a small inner knowing that says, there is more. Sometimes faith is the heart remembering light while the mind is still looking at darkness. That is why we cannot let fear be the only voice in the heart. We must invite the heart back into divine conversation. We must speak to the heart. We must ask the heart, what are you carrying? What are you afraid of? What do you need to release? What do you desire? What truth are you ready to receive? And then listen. We must listen, not rush, not judge. Listen. Because the heart has been waiting to be included. Many of us have tried to think our way into healing, think our way into abundance, think our way into love, think our way into purpose. But some doors do not open by thought alone. Some doors open when the heart is ready. Some doors open when the inner feeling changes. Some doors open when we no longer see ourselves through the wound. Some doors open when we stop broadcasting, I am not worthy, and begin to feel, I am allowed to receive. This is not selfish. This is spiritual maturity. Because a healed heart does not only bless the person who carries it, a healed heart changes the atmosphere. A peaceful heart enters a room differently. A grateful heart speaks differently. A courageous heart chooses differently. Forgiven, a forgiving heart lives differently. A heart aligned with the truth, broadcast differently, and people feel it. They may not have the words for it, but they feel it. This is why your inner work matters, not only for you, for every person who encounters your frequency. Your children feel it. Your family feels it. Your students feel it. Your clients feel it. Your audience feels it. Your community feels it. The world feels what we carry. That is why healing is not private in the way we think. Yes, the work may happen quietly, but the fruit becomes visible. When the heart changes, the voice changes. When the heart changes, the choices change. When the heart changes, the energy changes. When the heart changes, the broadcast changes. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what am I broadcasting? Am I broadcasting fear while speaking faith? Am I broadcasting lack while saying abundance? Am I broadcasting resentment while asking for peace? Am I broadcasting old pain while trying to create new life? And again, do not act with judgment, act with love. Because whatever you discover is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of transformation. Awareness is not condemnation. Awareness is invitation. It invites you to come home to yourself. It invites you to become honest. It invites you to stop performing, healing, and begin experiencing it. It invites you to listen to the heart. Now I want to speak to the person who says, Dr. Whitley, I have been trying, I have been praying, I have been affirming, I have been thinking positive thoughts, but I still feel heavy. I want to say this gently. Maybe your heart is not resisting your blessing. Maybe your heart is asking to be healed enough to hold it. Sometimes we are not blocked because we are wrong. Sometimes we are tender because we are human. Sometimes the heart needs time to trust joy again. Sometimes the heart needs permission to believe that good things can stay. Sometimes the heart needs to know that love does not always leave. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the heart needs to know that peace is not a setup for disappointment. So do not rush the heart. Do not shame the heart. Do not silence the heart. Guide it, teach it, comfort it, and remind it we are safe now. We are learning now. We are listening now. We are choosing differently now. We are not who we were when the wound happened. We are becoming. That word is powerful. Becoming. You are not stuck. You are becoming. You are not late. You are becoming. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not powerless. You are becoming aware, and awareness changes the broadcast. So here is a new practice I want to offer. Before you speak an affirmation, check your heart. Before you make a decision, check your heart. Before you react, check your heart. Before you say, I am fine, check your heart. Before you declare what you want, ask your heart if it feels safe. to receive it, because sometimes the missing piece is not another affirmation, it is emotional alignment. It is the heart agreement. It is the moment when the mind says, this is possible, and the heart finally says, I believe it too. That is powerful. That is when the broadcast becomes clear. The mind directs, the heart energizes, consciousness broadcasts, and life responds. Now let us bring this into a simple image. Imagine your heart like a beautiful red light at the center of your being, and around it is green healing light, the color of the heart chakra. A frequency line moves through the heart, not chaotic, not broken, but alive, moving, pulsing, broadcasting. Every breath sends a signal. Every breath, every belief adjusts the signal. Every feeling colors the signal. Every act of awareness refines the signal. And now imagine that your heart is saying, I am ready to stop broadcasting fear. I am ready to stop broadcasting shame. I am ready to stop broadcasting unworthiness. I am ready to stop broadcasting old pain as if it is my future. I am ready to broadcast peace. I am ready to broadcast healing. I am ready to broadcast love. I am ready to broadcast wisdom. I am ready to broadcast divine alignment. That is the work. That is the journey. That is manifestation from the inside out, not pretending, not forcing, not denying reality, but becoming aware of the inner frequency that walks with you into every room because of the invisible broadcast of consciousness is always speaking. The question is, are we listening? Are we aware? Are we willing to retune? Are we ready to return? And this is where the heart becomes more than emotion. The heart becomes a compass. The heart becomes a witness. The heart becomes a sacred transmitter. The heart becomes a place where thought and feeling meet. And when thought and feeling meet in truth, something happens. The inner world begins to reorganize. The mind becomes clearer. The body becomes softer. The spirit becomes more available. The voice becomes more authentic. The choices become more aligned. The future begins to feel less frightening. And the present moment becomes more alive. That is why I believe heart-centered awareness is not a side message. It may be the center of the message, because everything we create begins with what we believe. But what we believe is often stored in what we feel. So if we want to change the light, we must examine the belief. If we want to examine the belief, we must listen to the feeling. And if we want to listen to the feeling, we must honor the heart. So today, I am not asking you to abandon your thoughts. I am asking you to bring your thoughts into conversation with your heart. Ask, does my heart believe what my mouth is declaring? Does my heart feel safe with what my mind is imagining? Does my heart trust the future I say I desire? Does my heart know it is worthy of receiving? And whatever the answer, and whenever or wherever the answer is no, do not panic. That is where the healing begins. That is where the prayer begins. That is where the journaling begins. That is where the breath begins. the awareness of the breath. That is where the new conversation begins. You might place your hand over your heart and say, Heart, I hear you. Heart, I honor you. Heart, I will not ignore you anymore. Heart, we are healing. Heart, we are learning a new frequency. Heart, we are safe to receive. Heart, we are allowed to love. Heart, we are allowed to rest. Heart, we are allowed to create. Heart, we are allowed to become. That is not just poetry, that is in the programming. That is sacred self-communication. That is beginning of a new podcast. I'm sorry, broadcast. And I believe the world needs people whose hearts are broadcasting healing, not perfection. Healing, not performance. Truth, not noise. Presence, not fear. Love, because every person becomes a station. Every family has a frequency. Every ministry has a frequency. Every classroom has a frequency. Every business has a frequency. Every book has a frequency. Every song has a frequency. Every word carries something. And I have come to understand something about my own work. My books were not only books, they were heart messages. My lessons are not only lessons, they were heart transmissions. My songs are not only songs, they are heart frequencies. My ministry is not only information, it is invitation. An invitation to come back to the inner room, the inner mansion, the sacred place, the heart, because you were never confined to one room of thought. There have always been many mansions within you. And maybe one of the most important mansions is the chamber of the heart, the place where feelings become wisdom, the place where pain becomes compassion, the place where memory becomes meaning, the place where thought becomes frequency, the place where consciousness begins to broadcast a new life. So, I want to leave you with this. Be aware of your thoughts. Your heart is not a cage, it's a sacred place. But do not stop there. Be aware of the feelings in your heart, because thoughts direct, the heart energizes, and your heart is broadcasting a frequency. Let that frequency become clearer. Let it become kinder. Let it become truthful. Let it become more loving. Let it become more aligned. Let it become a signal of healing. Let it become a signal of courage. Let it become a signal of peace. Let it become a signal that says, I am here. I am awake. I am aware. I am healing. I am becoming. I am broadcasting from the heart. And now, before we close, I want to guide you into a short reflection. Take a slow breath in and release it. Place your hand over your heart. If you can, breathe again and ask yourself, what have I been broadcasting without knowing it? Do not judge the answer, just notice. Breathe. Now ask, what feeling is my heart asking me to acknowledge? Breathe. Now ask, what new frequency am I ready to practice? Peace, trust, love, courage, forgiveness, worthiness, rest, joy. Let that word sit in your heart. Let these words sit in your heart. Let it become a light. Let it become a signal. Let it become your new broadcast. And quietly say within yourself, my mind is becoming aware. My heart is becoming aligned. My consciousness is broadcasting healing. I do not have to force life. I can become present with life. I can listen inwardly. I can choose again. I can think with awareness. I can feel with compassion. I can create from the heart. Take one more breath and release. Peace. This has been Be Aware of Your Thoughts. This is now how manifestation works. And today we remember that the mind directs, the heart energizes, and the heart broadcasts a frequency. Until next time, slow down, listen inwardly, and be aware of your thoughts. Your heart is not a cage, it's a sacred place. And honor the feelings in your heart. And with that I say, peace.
Listen. Listen. Can you hear it? Not with your ears, but with your heart. Because every thought, every feeling, every breath is sending a signal. I used to think it started in my mind. Every dream I dreamed, every mountain I could climb. Then I listened deeper to the rhythm in my chest, and I found a hidden voice that never seemed to rest. It was speaking through the silence, through the tears I never cried, through the hopes I kept believing, and the fears I tried to hide. Now I know there's something greater flowing through me all the time, like a signal from the soul, broadcasting beyond the mind. What am I sending? What am I saying? Without a single word. What am I feeling? What am I carrying? What message has been heard? Thoughts direct, the heart energizes, consciousness spread love across the horizon. Every feeling leaves a light, every heartbeat tells a story, every signal shapes a life, every soul was made for glory. Thoughts direct, the heart energizes, consciousness broadcast, and the whole world realizes we're all sending frequencies every day, every night. The mind can draw a picture, but the heart can make it move. The mind can choose a pathway, but the heart decides what's true. So I'm learning how to listen to the wisdom deep inside, not just what I think about, but what my heart is amplified. No more hiding from the feeling, no more running running from the pain. Every motion is a messenger calling out my name. Love is a frequency, peace is a frequency, hope is a frequency. And every time we choose and we become what we believe. Yeah. Thoughts direct, the heart energizes, consciousness like a river that never dries up. What is your heart broadcasting? What is your soul revealing? The signal has been there all along, waiting for your healing. Thoughts direct, the heart energizes, consciousness and love is the strongest frequency of all. Slow down, listen inwardly.